Okay. So what this is a variance hearing for, I think we're good. A variance hearing for Attica Vacation Rentals LLC. And the zoning code permits a type of development called a residential development plan. And it's where you have an area that you want to have some basic structures, basic information about what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do, what the city can expect and what the city shouldn't expect. And in exchange, then they get the certainty of having these basic parameters for their development. What's causing this is on either side of Perry at the trailer park, there aren't individual lots for each unit. It's just an area. It's just like 2.5 acres and 2.5 acres. And so the trailer park was set up for 18 units on each side, 18 trailers on each side. And so Kyle Nosp is sticking with that. And he can have up to 18 units on each side is one of the things that was part of his plan. And it was residential, and some was going to be short-term rental, some was going to be long-term rental, some was going to be capable of being sold to others, like in the form of like a trailer park in Florida, where if you bought one of his units, they're going to be constructed, the frames are going to be constructed off-site, trucked in, and then the insides are going to be finished on-site. But they're personal property, they're not attached. And so if you bought one, you would just be buying the unit itself, not the ground underneath it, because Attica Vacation Rentals will continue to own the ground. And so it says in the zoning code that it's to be considered by the Plan Commission and the City Council and approved by the City Council, and they've done that. But it also says for a residential development plan that in its definition, it says for a development more than 10 acres in size. This is 5 acres. And I've thought about, I don't have another client that has in their zoning code anything like this idea. And it may be a function of being a city. This is the only city I represent. But I understand why you would have it. You won't, since you don't have individual lots, but you want to have some expectations about what's going in out there. They're not going to put them in, stack them in or go vertical or, whatever they're going to do. To have some understanding about what are the roadways and how dense is it going to be. And the ordinance says that you still have to abide by the area per lot and the living area per family or per unit. And his plan does that. And I was asked by Sidney Mason in the Plan Commission meeting up to how many units could he have. And first of all, he's going to have the same roads that are still there now. He may have to add one turn in on the west side, north end of his real estate near the electric company. He may have to put in an access out to Perry Street there. But in terms of computing how much area you need for a living area, you're to take out the street real estate. And I don't know, I don't have a survey of what it is, but I can look at it and see that it's less than half of the area on each side of the street is occupied by the lane. It's much less than half. If you assumed it was half, you would be allowed to have 18 units. That's what so I'm positive that was the concept that the trailer park used when they put in their trailer park on either side of the roads. They were both 18 units, and that literally is that meets the minimum requirements if the roadway takes up half. And so it's not like he's trying to be too dense, too concentrated. It's going to be the same density. but it allows him to, if I had to guess, and I haven't talked to Kyle about this, but to go get financing from a bank so that they understand what his plans are. There's nothing about the residential development plan that I can see that explains why it needs to be 10 acres or more and not less. That would be a huge area within a city to be covered by one. 10 acres is a lot when you're talking inside city limits. That's like several industrial sized parcels. And you can only do this in a residential zone. It's the east side is zoned suburban, which is residential. The west side is zoned R3, and he is going to, at the request of the mayor, he is going to petition the plan commission to rezone the east side from suburban to R3 so that's all R3, so the city knows what to expect, has a set of rules that will guide, because the suburban district is shockingly absent of rules or requirements. It just says you can build residences within it. It doesn't provide a whole lot of guidance on what that means. And so by making it R3, at least we'll know what to expect. So that's coming, and that's coming to the plan commission in the future.
We briefly discussed that.
Yeah, right. So tonight is just consideration of a variance to allow development that is about 5 acres. It's like 5.01 acres or 4.99 acres when you add both sides of the roadway, to permit it to have a residential development plan. If you grant this, then it's already been approved and he's up and running.
And that probably has nothing to do with anything except talking the size of things. Is Lambert Trailer Park still in existence?
Still there.
They don't
Guy
have,
that owns
they're not 10
Agave,
acres there, right?
the guy that owns Agave bought that just recently.
But that's not anywhere near 10 acres.
Oh, no.
And where is that?
The trailer
Over
park.
there by the park, River Park.
Oh,
yeah.
You know,
Now, that'd be likely to be maybe 2.5 acres.
yeah, but I've got 2 out there and
Yeah.
it's not that much bigger than what I am. So,
Okay, I'm looking at the design that Kyle gave us during the APC meeting. And it does not look like at all that the roadways and stuff take up half. So I make a motion that we accept this
yeah, those
because
roadways aren't
it's nowhere near,
anything.
yeah. So I'll make a motion that we accept this.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so I'm gonna send around in order that will be recorded. And that'll be the end of that until I redo the zoning on the east side.
Okay.
Sign the I column. And then I don't have any other business to discuss. And I apologize, man. I've been buried with this stuff. There's been a lot going on, which is why we've got so many papers up here for a meeting after this. But I thought I'd send it, and I did not. I did notify the neighbors by certified mail, and I did advertise it in the paper. I just never told you all about it.
It's like, yeah, that's.
Well, I thought, okay, that one slipped by me.
I'm glad you said something. So what I'm doing, because these are kind of a drag on my time and they don't take a lawyer to do what I'm doing here. I usually need to look at the zoning code to see what you're asking to change, so I can describe it in the notice that goes in the newspaper, and I can describe it in the letter that goes to you all and to the adjacent landowners, so that you understand what we're talking about. But in terms of mechanically putting one of these together, I've got 2 administrative assistants. I'm teaching how to do this to, first of all, decrease the bills, number 1, and number 2, to take me out of this. But part of that, I've got a checklist of things, and I didn't follow it obviously on this one, because it is to then send an email with attachments to all of you that say what we're doing and when. So, is there a motion to adjourn?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you all very much.
Back to your arms.
Are we good?
So,
On to line dancing.
That is a really
cool idea for the your rec room.
That was
Thing.